after having my son, I actually got diagnosed with anxiety and depression, right?
Okay.
But my therapist before that actually told me, like, let's not give so much language until we find out what it really is.
Okay, yeah.
Because, we like to throw these words around,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so my therapist was like, I understand you coming to me. This was in the beginning when I first started my journey. And you're coming to me because you think you're depressed and you're suffering from anxiety, right? But like, how do you know that's exactly what it is? I was like, I don't. That's just what I feel. So then we worked through it. Certain things were more anxiety than depression. And I think a lot of us suffer from anxiety because it's just like that nervousness. It doesn't mean anything bad, right? But it's just like that jittery feeling that you get, like you got a job interview. Oh man, let me get my
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Lano XL, Mr. 18 Pockets.
Yo, and what's up? It's your boy, Mr. McGee, a.k.a. Boopy, a.k.a. Born Rich, and Lano.
Uh-huh.
We in the building, and the building is motherfucking here, and we in the motherfucking building, man, and you know how we do it, baby. We back like cook crack, you know what I mean?
For real. Hey, you know what? When I say I be wanting to say like Dolph. Remember Dolph like or something like that? I always want.
Hey, that was pretty good.
Yeah, when I say I always try to do it like Dolph, but it don't never resonate. Like it don't never get out there like Dolph would say it. I guess.
Nah, you far from Dolph, but you keep grinding.
Okay.
You keep pushing, keep your head to the sky. You'll be there one day.
I ain't like that ain't Dolph.
Nah, you still ain't Dolph, but keep
Okay.
grinding.
Okay.
Keep grinding. But Lano, who we got here with us today, brother?
Okay, we got a entrepreneur. We got a great guest today. We got somebody who is a mental health advocate, somebody who is a creator,
Yes,
somebody
sir.
who's a photographer. So many hats wearing
A
right
mother.
now. Okay, okay,
a
my bad.
dedicated mother.
A dedicated mother.
A gypsy.
Oh,
A health advocate.
okay.
Yeah, I'm cheating. I'm reading her fucking bio right now.
Well,
I was about to say, that was pretty good.
yeah.
That was pretty
Hey, she got a bio though
Yeah.
with all her credentials in it.
I love it.
You know what I'm
What's that
saying?
word again, brother?
Credentials.
We'll take it.
But
Fuck
yeah,
it.
that's what I'm
We'll
saying.
take
Just
it.
put it in the pot. I went to Metro schools, y'all. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
We'll take it. Nah,
Yeah.
man, this gonna be a dope show, for real, and not trying to impede on the show, but just 1 second, man. I just gotta get something off.
You gotta introduce her.
Oh, I got her. I got
Okay.
her though. I got her for real. I just want to
Oh,
get
you finna do
this.
something
Why this
nice.
is fresh on my heart and on my mind, man. First things first, man. I want to say salute to our elders, man. Our elders. I witnessed a grave injustice earlier this week, man. So our elders, I want to make sure I say the names: Leslie Benningfield, Viola Fletcher, and then our dear brother that's passed on now, Van Ellis, right? So these are the only 3 survivors from the Tulsa race massacre.
Oh, okay.
Black Wall Street,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And so they filed a petition in 2020 to get some reparations because, they whole city was blown up.
away, yeah.
Everybody they know died, so they was just trying to get repaired for their trauma.
Okay.
And the Oklahoma Supreme Court denied it.
Okay.
So
Dang.
that was an injustice, man. And I just think I would be doing myself and this platform a disservice if I really just didn't shout out those elders, man. They fought. And family, we as a people, when we see injustices like this, man, we got to stand up and speak against this shit for our elders. You know what I mean?
There
they
we go.
Put it down. They definitely put it down. One more thing, man. Happy Father's Day, man.
Most definitely.
Father's Day's coming along,
It
man.
is. Most definitely.
I would just want to take a small little time just to say rest in peace and happy Father's Day to my father, Big Calvin.
Yeah,
or
Big Calvin.
Or Mr. Calvin or Uncle Calvin or whatever y'all call
I call
him.
him Big Calvin.
I just want to shout out that brother, man, the bravest man I ever known, the strongest man I ever met, the most courageous man I ever met, had more fucking street sense and common sense than any man I've ever met in my
Okay.
life, man. So I just want to take this time to say salute to you, pops. You know what I mean? Sleep easy, and I love you, my man.
There
That's
you go.
it. And shout out to you, Lano, man. Your first Father's Day, brother. Shout out
Yes.
to you, man. How does
Yes.
that feel? How does that feel, bro?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
He's expensive, but it's wonderful. If kids are very much sometimes what we need. I didn't really. I'm not gonna say I didn't know what love, what love was, but most definitely I can understand what it is now, and I understand the responsibility that I have to guide and make sure that I can teach him, give him the wisdom, the knowledge that I know, make sure that I, sprinkle that fruitfulness for him, so when it's time for him to walk outside the doors, I can feel like I done my job. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the stepdads who really don't get a lot of credit on Father's Day sometimes, but I want to give a extra shout out to y'all, man. So that's what it is, man. But back to the show.
There we go, man. Yes, so we do have Bonna.
Yep.
Is
that how you pronounce it?
Bonna Bay, yes.
Bonna what?
It's Bonna. Well, Bonna Bay.
Bonna Bay.
That's just my Instagram handle, but it's Bonna.
Okay.
Bonna, yeah, we got Bonna in the building, man. And y'all heard what we said earlier, man. Mental health advocate, mother, creative, photographer, gypsy,
20
the
hats.
whole nine. How you doing today, Bonna?
Well, how are you guys?
You doing all right?
We doing
Listen,
okay.
I'm blessed, man.
Most definitely.
That's how we can be is blessed, Bonna. I guess the first question I want to ask, right? And I told my brother I'm gonna ask this because I want to know, what the hell is a gypsy?
Oh my God.
Yes, I think we
That's so funny.
everybody here want to know what a gypsy
That is so funny because in my mind I was like, they're gonna call that out.
Yes.
So the term goddess, right?
Okay.
It's very similar to the term goddess. I mean, if we look up the actual term, we could get.
Okay,
we'll look it up.
But my definition is a free spirited person. It's just simple.
Oh,
That's the part of the definition. It's a little bit longer, not much, but yeah, it's a free spirited person. And I like to say gypsy because it's like the nasty version of goddess, because I'm a goddess as well, but
Most
gypsy
definitely.
is just like the fun fairy version of a goddess.
Yeah, because I used to watch a show about gypsy, so when it said gypsy, my mind went straight to that. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's like a fairy. Just think about a fairy, just like a free spirited person, somebody who
because that's like an Irish thing, right?
it is. Yeah.
Okay,
it is.
but
Wait,
then-
gypsy. Not really. It's more like, I know you pulled up the definition, but
Yeah.
it's not like Irish. It's more like spiritual, like.
No, I'm saying the people that be more gypsies is like, I don't mean a lot of.
I mean, it's our perception.
Okay,
It's all,
okay.
It's our
I
perception.
thought it had come from a Irish background too.
Listen,
but-
if it does, I need to do more research.
Yeah.
But
Is that
my
rich?
definition is a free spirited person, and so that's what I am. I like to call myself a wanderer.
So it's basically goddess, but the more edgy is gypsy.
I mean, in my opinion, again,
No, I like your
everything is
opinion.
perspective.
Yeah, but your
and-
opinion good because I'm learning from your opinion. Then yeah, I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah, gypsy. It's just another. I'd like to call myself a goddess because I am, but I think those pop words are getting so like oversaturated.
yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
all
you're
right,
right.
let's, because I am a goddess through and through. But
Most
I just
definitely.
feel like, all right, let's pivot a little bit.
Switch it up a little bit.
Switch it up a little bit.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. Ain't
And
nothing
somebody
wrong
called
with
me a gypsy, so I kind of took that and just started.
And,
Like,
just, and ran with it.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. There you go. There
Like
you
that little
go.
fairy dust.
So, mental health advocate
Absolutely.
also.
Absolutely.
Also.
It's my number one.
Oh, that's the number one.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that why you started
Besides
purposely?
Mom. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I started purposely in 2019. I've been, honestly, me and mental health kind of been going at it since I was like a teenager.
Okay.
So I attempted suicide when I was like 12 or 13. But obviously I'm still here.
Yes,
right?
yeah,
I
most
wanted
definitely.
to end, and
Glad you still
I
here.
like to tell this story. I wanted to end that moment and not my life, but I didn't know as a 13-year-old girl, I didn't know what that meant. I just know I wanted to not feel what I was feeling in that moment, right? So I was just like, all right, ever since then I've been trying to figure out why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, it had to be a reason why, because I stopped myself. Like, I was just trying stuff that I knew wasn't gonna work, but because I've heard of these things, like I was trying to like make the blood rush to my head. I was like trying to like just to see. You know, I was like, well, what'll happen if I just cut a little bit deeper? And then I stopped. Right. And so fast forward to 2019, right before the pandemic, I was just low vibrational.
Yeah.
Low vibrational. I was just in my room. I was living with my mom. This was like at that 27 years old. And I was just like, man, I'm just tripping. I'm about to be 30. You know, at this time I didn't have kids. So I was like, I really just need to get my life together. And I was like, God, if I don't have any purpose, just don't wake me up. Like, I'd be perfectly fine going out like this at 27, no kids, And like I've done a little nonprofit thing here or there, but nothing worked, right? And so I was just like, just don't wake me up if I don't have no purpose. And so when I woke up, I was just like, fuck. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm still here. Gotcha.
So, but I was mad. I was frustrated because I'm like, so that means I got to do something, right? If I have a purpose.
Yes.
And I had been cultivating Purpose Lit, but it was just like different little names. And I'm like, okay, something about mental health because that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
And Purpose Lit was just it was actually a different name. I haven't really said anything publicly about it, but I scratched it, came up with Purpose Lit. And I've been pushing it ever since.
And Purpose Lit is for people to what?
It is a mental health and motivational brand. So it empowers creatives. So I just basically took myself and provided a community for someone like me. So
because other people go through the same thing that you went through.
I've met so many people on this journey. And so Purpose Lit is a mental health and motivational brand that empowers creatives through mental health resources, holistic resources, curated events. I'm doing more and more events. I just hosted a mental health panel in May. That was the first one.
Nice.
And I'm actually doubling back in July. So that hasn't been, spoke about. But I'll send out personal invites to y'all. But I'm also going to post it pretty soon. And then just a supportive community. So I just try to do things that, when people hear about mental health, it's always surrounded by like darkness and like depression.
Most definitely. That's how at times that's how I used to be.
That's what I was about to say, and at the same time it is, right? So when you look up mental health and you Google the pictures, you seeing people like this and just sad, and it's like I get it because that is, the depressional side, the anxiety side, and the bipolar and all the other symptoms, right? But also, what about like when you're striving to be better and you're like persevering through the mental health struggles, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like,
most
I want to
definitely.
make finding your purpose and working through your mental health positive. Like nurture your mental health. Like the same energy that you put into like celebrations and things that you like don't forget. How about like you celebrate finding your purpose or like nurturing your mental health?
Nice.
Why wouldn't you want to celebrate that? Because we make a choice every day.
Most definitely.
And the moment we don't make a choice is when we go down that path and we probably have,
Most definitely.
way more
Yes.
mental health struggles.
So
But
when you was going through this, did you know in your heart like this is what I'm gonna do? Once you got woke up and you was like, fuck. But then once you say, you know what, this is what I am going to do.
absolutely.
What was that transition
It
though?
took me the whole day though.
Okay.
So I was in between jobs. I was like, I had got laid off for something so silly. And I was like, God, this ain't me. Like, it was defamation of character.
Okay.
And I'm like, I couldn't sue because it wasn't creditable, information. So I was like, I'm going to just take this as like redirection, right? So I was just sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm finna go to this little mall job. I'm finna make like $10 an hour, just nothing. I'm like, man, I got to get in my bag. I'm like, this is dumb, but I'm still here. So what's up, God? Like, give me some sort of motivation. Because, like, again, the mental health is always so dark. And I'm like, this ain't it. I'm like, this can't be it. And so I literally went to work. But then when I got off, I had the whole game plan. And I'm like, let's just
This is
do
what
it.
I'm about to do.
Yeah, like, let's just do it.
Quit bullshitting and let's
Yeah,
move.
like get in your bag. Like if this is something that you're passionate about and you already got the green light from God, why would you not?
Yeah, most definitely. Why not go hard into what I'm already visioning and seeing for myself?
I had the whole blueprint, and I had imposter syndrome, and I was like, maybe what I'm doing ain't nobody gonna really rock with it. I was like, it's mental health. People overlook that stuff these days, and I'm like, I'm just not gonna worry about it. And I had the whole journal, and I'm just like, fuck it.
I want to go. No, you go.
I was just gonna say. I just want to know. So like when you was going through this stuff, did you know that you were suffering from mental health?
Absolutely. I've been very conscious and very aware about my journey. I've always been verbal about it.
Okay.
I never spoke publicly.
Oh, okay.
Right. But if someone in my personal life wanted to know or I felt like sharing, I would talk about it.
Yeah.
But I honestly didn't really know what to say. So I would just express what I was going through. And the more and more I realized, like I got into meditation, I'm like, it was more so like self-reflection.
Now, was this a self-diagnosis or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, here recently, after having my son, I actually got diagnosed with anxiety and depression, right?
Okay.
But my therapist before that actually told me, like, let's not give so much language until we find out what it really is.
Okay, yeah.
Because, we like to throw these words around, right?
exactly.
And so my therapist was like, I understand you coming to me. This was in the beginning when I first started my journey. And you're coming to me because you think you're depressed and you're suffering from anxiety, right? But like, how do you know that's exactly what it is? I was like, I don't. That's just what I feel. So then we worked through it. You know, certain things were more anxiety than depression. And I think a lot of us suffer from anxiety because it's just like that nervousness. It doesn't mean anything bad, right? But it's just like that jittery feeling that you get, like you got a job interview. Oh man, you know, let me get
Make sure I'm getting
together.
myself together.
But it's
and
not
right.
always negative. It's just that it's the unknown. Anxiety is literally the unknown.
Feeling that shit right now.
Okay, listen, no, for real. I mean, I still, you know, me and anxiety kind of do a little dance. But yeah,
Here and there?
Yeah, here and there. It's absolutely a struggle. And I'm very aware of it, and I talk about it all the time because I know this is why I'm using my voice.
Yeah.
Because people don't talk about it, or they say, "Man, you know, I'm just stressed, man. I'm good. I'll be good."
Yeah,
but
because that's what we taught, right? I mean,
Yeah.
some of us are taught like that.
Yeah.
Some of us are just taught, well,
sweep that shit under the
sweep
rug,
rug.
man. I can't do that. I picked the whole rug up and was like,
Yeah.
man.
So I want to ask you about something you just said.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like a lot of times people just overlook mental health? Just
To be honest, man, it's deeper than us. It go back. It go back, man. It go back all the way to the generations who couldn't talk, who didn't have a voice, and they swept that shit under the rug,
Yeah.
right? And then we get into, you know, these family dynamics that's not really stable, and then we in and out of different homes, and don't speak outside my home. But then it's like,
yeah,
but-
most definitely.
but you-
That's my mom right there.
you know, and not your situation, but you may be putting your hands on me, but in a certain way, or essay, you know, you got to use all these terminologies.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, yeah.
you might be touching me, but you telling me to keep it in my home.
Yeah.
And it's like that, you know, that type of stuff is what we're taught to like not speak on it. So then guess what that does? Transfers to different parts of our life. Well, I've been feeling weird, or I've been feeling sad a lot, but let me just not tell nobody.
Yeah.
Let me not say nothing because maybe that's telling my business.
Yeah,
right?
most definitely.
Not
most
thinking
definitely.
I need help, but it's like I'm telling my business, or I'm saying too much. I'm speaking out like again, it's way deeper. It's
Nah,
way
it is
deeper than we can
Nah,
even
for real. And
conceptualize.
Even and not even trying to cape for like the older way of thinking, but they kind of had a point, man. Like when they say like don't speak outside my house, man, that just comes from our situations being black people in America.
Absolutely.
It's like we gotta be tight knit
Yeah.
inside this
But
house.
that backfired on us, though. You know that, right? It's like that is great, and I love to keep everything confidential and you know within the family. Guess what? You know we thick as thieves, right? That's
Yeah,
what they say.
yeah.
And like blood is thicker than water. That whole thing. But like, what about like you keeping things in your home, and that's fine. That's all confidential. But when you think about the things that are harming you and hurting you, why would you not want to get help? It's like a
It makes sense. No, what you
can't
saying makes sense.
Yeah, 'cause
No,
it's-
it makes a lot of
it's
sense.
more so
It
like
makes
I don't
sense.
want you to show all my ugly because I'm gonna be looked at a certain way, not because I want to be a better person, right? It's like if my my family was like, man, we're gonna stick together, we're gonna own these businesses, we're gonna invest, we're gonna let's keep that shit together. But you don't want me to tell like the fact that somebody abusing me.
That Uncle Lino is going crazy in the
Nah, what?
Listen,
What?
it could be anything. Nothing positive is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
most definitely.
if
It
we're
could
gonna
be
keep it under
something, yeah.
wraps, it needs to be something positive. It needs to be something that we building together, not building negativity.
Yeah,
or like
most
half the
definitely.
family don't even talk, or we looking at so and so like they got something better than like. It's just weird. It's weird. Y'all.
Who do you suggest that we speak to?
What do you mean? Like in
Like
the family?
if I'm having a problem in my household, right? I'm being mistreated in the household, sexually or otherwise, and then everybody in my house is saying, "Hey, let's just deal with it in house."
But
you feel like you
but that's
really want to
different.
tell somebody.
No. But see, in that case, if somebody is gonna literally say, "Let's talk about it," I don't think that's what's going on. I don't think people saying, "Let's unpack this."
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, because I don't know why I'm abusing you. I don't know why I'm touching you in a way. Nobody. That's not the kind of keep it within the family. It's more so like I don't want nobody judging me for what I'm doing.
What
behind
I'm doing,
closed
most
doors.
definitely.
Exactly.
Most
Now,
definitely.
in that case, what I was gonna say is you always have in my opinion, you have that person that you may have not known why you feel safe with them, but you feel safe with
Got
them.
you.
Or you may go to school and you got that one teacher, man, and she like feel like home, right? But not home that you used to.
Yeah,
But
most
that
definitely.
home feeling that
Yeah.
it's not a physical place.
Yeah.
And so those types of people.
Okay.
If you have, I mean, I know it's kind of hard these days, but like if you just have friends, like just that one person that you look to.
Me, bro, you can talk to me.
Listen, I was just about to say, I just don't know y'all's dynamic, but
Yeah, we
I'm assuming.
tight.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
talk to me, bro.
So, like,
I
and
just
it
tell
don't-
3-4 people your business, bro. I ain't gonna tell
and that
everybody
is
your
a prime
business.
example of why people don't, right?
exactly.
So I get it, but yeah, just it's that safe haven, that person that feels like
got you.
home. Yeah, and
And we
honestly,
scared it'll be brought up.
That's
a
what-
lot,
and
a
I
lot
was
of
just
people are
about to
scared
say
because I can
that.
tell you some dark shit, and then next thing you know they mad because I won't get them $40 on their bills, and then they say, "Well, I don't need it anyway. You broke my."
yeah, because when you was down, you told me all
Yeah.
this. But see, I think that's where discernment come in. Because for me, like, of course I've trusted people that have betrayed me, obviously, who
Yeah.
hasn't, you know, but it's like the discernment on certain things. I have really great friends in my life right now, just from where I've evolved to. I was able to, you know, build these connections. But in my opinion, I know when I could tell somebody something.
Yeah.
You know, like there are certain people, like even now in my adult friendships, like I literally have a group of friends that like, oh, I know I can call you to do X, Y, and Z. I can call you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kick it.
yeah,
I can
yeah.
call you to travel with. I can call, but then I have my solid four that's
That's
hands
the
down
core- the
call
core
no
group.
matter what. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, you have those friends that you like, I'm not telling you my personal business, but we can go get a drink.
Most
Yeah,
definitely.
You know, we
Hey,
can
we
go
gonna-
hang out.
Hey, look,
That's a fact.
let's stop it right here for a second.
Okay.
He said, I gotta get all of this out of my nose. But no, that's good.
How long we been recording, Taylor? Does it say?
20 minutes.
20 minutes,
That's
just
cool.
so I can
What
get
is the
some
episodes?
sort of time stamp. But you know what? I really can see it when I'm like going through the video. Say it again.
What's typically the duration of the?
We go about 35, 40 minutes.
Okay, cool.
You said we 20 minutes in?
Now 21.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But when we come back, we'll probably do another 20. We'll
That's
get
cool.
to it.
And then you could chop it up, do whatever.
Yeah, I'll pause it right there. Because I definitely want to get into holistic wellness. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, get into it.
I know Sweet Poison was talking about that.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love. You know what? It's one of them things where you know how when something get, we're not recording, right? But when something gets like popularized, right? It's a great thing that holistic wellness is getting popularized. But then it's like oversaturated because it's like you got to weed through the people who actually care about the holistic remedies and
Yeah.
things that actually really help them versus the people who doing it because they actually want to be better. Like they actually want to heal themselves, right? So that's the only thing with stuff like that being popularized. But I love it though. I love mental health being popularized. It's like
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's why I really want to go next with it
Yeah,
too.
I'll take
Because
it.
I'm kind of like you, man. When some gets real popular now, I'm hearing anxiety, mental health, depression.
People kind of like
and it's just
run it in the ground.
Yeah, man.
They run it in
Yeah, so we definitely go.
Man, go on in
Yeah.
there.
You crazy.
Yeah, get your crazy ass out of here, boy.
Literally, that I hate that stigma. It's like
And
maybe.
I want to talk about that. Too.
But look, maybe I am crazy.
1, 2. Okay, so I do want to ask you this, right? So we know mental health, especially in the Black community, has been stigmatized, right?
Yep.
So if I was to tell, like my brother said off camera, if I was to say, hey, I think I'm suffering from mental health, my mom or my grandma would be like, boy, get your crazy ass out of here and go play. And then probably turn around and tell her friends that, yeah, there's something wrong with that boy. He a little off, he a little crazy, but he'll be all right.
Talking about mental health.
Yeah.
That boy don't know nothing about no
Yeah.
damn mental
So-
health.
So what do you do? I guess the question is, what do you do to try to tell the people that you speak with to, you know, don't be afraid and don't stigmatize mental health?
It's all a part of the journey, man. Everybody's healing journey looks so different.
Different, yeah.
Because someone who takes care of their mental health or have never struggled or had any trauma may not look at mental health the same way as I would. You know, and that's a great luxury to have, right? But I think it's the cognizant that you have to be cognizant that everybody's mental health story looks different. That's my biggest thing. So for me, it's like I think that mental health is one of those things where it's not like race or like religion, right? It's not like that. But I just think that with mental health, it looks different for everybody. So it's almost like a what's the word I'm trying to say? I can't even get it out.
Because I'm seeing what you're saying about it, because it's better. It's basically better to express it.
Yeah, because
to
it
listen,
looks
right?
different for everybody. And so with it being a stigma, it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, listen, if I got a certain ick or a certain problem that I'm dealing with, right, it may it's perspective. It's so hard to explain this verbally
I
with
got
what's
you,
going
I
on in my
got you.
head, because it's like my mental health journey will probably look like, you know, anxiety, depression, especially postpartum, but, you know, more so just like inner thoughts flooding, you know, my head, and then maybe like I'm having panic attacks because I'm overwhelmed. Like I just had a panic attack the other day, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. Like where it's to the point where, you know, you may feel crazy. Shit. You know, and that's why I say, like, if somebody gonna say, oh, you just crazy, get your crazy, I might be a little crazy. But guess what? I'd rather be aware of my crazy
okay.
than you just call me crazy and it be brushed under the rug, right? Because it's like, my anxiety, I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I don't claim those things because, you know, words have spells, right?
Yeah.
I deal with it, you know, I take it for what it is, but my mental health journey just looks so different from somebody who might have been beaten, or someone who parents may have been on drugs, you know, and this is no judgment to anybody,
Yeah, most
but I'm just
definitely,
saying,
no judgment.
everybody's mental health journey looks different. So when you say it's a stigma, or you just crazy, it's like, but crazy is such a insult, because mental health disorders are actually like sicknesses.
Yeah.
And people don't realize, like, bipolar, schizophrenia, all of those things are a part of mental health, right? It's the brain. It's the way your brain functions. It's the way you and a lot of it is connected to food. I do understand that now as a holistic person.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But it's definitely
GMO food.
yeah,
and
it's
shit.
definitely
Yeah,
connected to food. But I just feel like, man, we definitely gotta move that crazy word out, because if somebody, that's like, you know how they used to stop saying like retarded.
Yeah, you
Because
got
it was
to
offensive.
Yeah.
I think that
What's the
needs
timestamp, Taylor. Definitely got to bleep that.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Now you good.
But
Now
no,
you
no,
good.
You good.
That's why I said all these words, and like essay, like you gotta abbreviate everything, and I don't mind speaking about it, but it does suck that we have to censor so much.
Yeah,
it
But
is.
with that similar word,
Yeah.
I feel like the mental health field needs to start censoring crazy,
Is mental
because
health?
that's triggering.
I'm sorry. Is mental health part of when you said postpartum, right? Is that part? Is that something?
Yeah, so postpartum depression.
Because that's real, right?
I was just about to say it's
Postpartum
postpartum
depression,
depression,
yeah.
literally, and postpartum just means after birth.
Yeah, that's
right.
it.
Whether you had the baby, whether you had a miscarriage, whether you had an abortion, postpartum is a real thing, because your body starts to change. And postpartum can be for the paternal, partner as well.
That's why I could ask you. Can men?
Yeah,
people, okay.
absolutely. Because think about it. Y'all don't get to experience the things that women experience. So you're literally a baby just dropped into the world that you help co-create, and you all of a sudden just got to take care of this baby.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like,
even-
and as a man, I know I can't speak on, y'all are men, but
Yeah.
the provider, the protection, like that heightens.
What's automatically
It's-
looked at you as?
Just like as
Yeah.
a woman.
Automatic.
Yeah.
But as
Like
a woman,
like
we're
she said, bloom.
automatically nurturing.
Yeah.
We're like we automatically fit the role. And
This is a human being.
I was about to say not all,
Yeah.
but for the most part, our innate nature is just nurturing, like love. And then with y'all, it's like protect. Like
yes.
provide.
Yeah,
I need to
right,
make sure that you're safe, and not just physically, right?
Yes,
Safe, just in general. So yeah, men can absolutely
That-
have
yeah,
postpartum.
and that is something right there, because it's like it's not something that you raise your hand that you want.
Yeah.
It's something that's given to you.
Absolutely.
Automatically, you got to provide and you got to take
Now
care
it's
of
different, because you may be with the woman for 9 months and it's in the belly.
Yeah, you
But
rubbing the belly, you feeling the kicks.
That thing different when you can look and
Oh
touch
my
it.
God,
man.
it's
Like
so
that's a human.
different.
Like the first thing I realized when I had my kids, when you hold the baby, you say, "This is another human being."
that I
Yeah.
can
Like
take care
if
of.
like this human being looks for me when it's hungry.
Yeah, most
Looks for
definitely.
me
Oh my
for a
goodness.
house.
Yeah, I
Looks
can't-
for me for clothing.
Exactly.
You know
No,
what I
that
mean?
exactly.
postpartum
I got
journey
somebody
is
else that
different.
depends on me.
That's a fact. That could be
Absolutely.
overwhelming. I could see it. I could
Absolutely.
see it.
And
I'll
so
try.
that's where it comes from, because of just a sudden change, right? So a lot of people don't really think that, because it's not always depression.
Yeah.
But we got to call it what it is. Like if you have a baby and you're all of a sudden sad because you don't know why you feel a certain way, like with women, like our hormones are all over the place. And I don't know why I'm sad. I'm just fucking sad. Like we just gotta call it what it is. It might not necessarily be depression, but maybe I'm just having like some adjusting, right? I'm
Okay, yeah, you
to
could be
being
just
a-
adjusting to
Yeah.
I like that. I like
I'm
that
just
better.
adjusting.
I like that better. Here go a little pushback, Bonna. All right, let's get into the
Let's
shit.
get
Let's
into
get into
it.
it. I gotta give you a little pushback
because she wear a lot of hats.
yeah, I want to give her some pushback though
and a lot of
because
bags.
You do.
Bag
I
lady.
get nervous about these words. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because number one, we can overuse them, and number two, they can be misused.
Absolutely.
If that makes
Ooh,
sense.
That's why I said- that's
why I said
adjusting.
Like I can tell you this, like, no, if you called me this morning and said, bro, have you did A, B, C, and D for the podcast, bro? We record in 2 hours. And I say, nah, bro. He said, man, what the fuck going on? I say, like, no, relax, homie. My mental health wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah.
That's
what we do. That's what people do.
What would your reaction be? If
I don't give them much over here, but you better come over to
You
this
see
show,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah, I'll be off the top.
It
Okay,
could be
listen.
overused.
Let me intercede.
Okay.
If that were to ever happen,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a true fact, like I just been, my mind been all over the place. Give me a second. I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna get into motion when I need to. All right, bro. If you need anything, let me know. I'm here.
Yeah.
Or if you got something on your mind that you want to talk about, maybe you just you ain't got it out of your head.
No, that's
Most
the
times we be
politically
having all of this
correct
stuff
thing.
going here and we don't never say it. And it just scramble. And that's where I know y'all was joking. But if that
He's
ever happens
funny,
for
though.
real,
I know
That's the correct thing to say.
man, you better get on.
Yeah,
Come
thank
on.
you.
Yeah.
I know that's
told
real.
him I was not prepared for today's show because of my mental health. My mind been all over the place. He would not like it.
And then,
Because he wouldn't want to call you and say, hey, man, I know
gotta
it's 2 hours
reschedule.
before. Now we got to reschedule.
But I would have
And
understood.
then-
Because guess
He
what?
ain't gonna
As
take-
a mental health advocate, if y'all were to hit me up and say, look, we got some things that we dealing with. We're not going to be able to film today.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I?
Yeah.
But I get it. That's a real conversation.
Yeah,
But
obvious, yeah.
But I just would like to challenge that just a little bit because I think that's kind of why we.
So I'm gonna
are
hear you
where
out
we are
next
as a
time.
society,
I hear
right?
you out. I hear you out.
Because it's not that. Because here's my thing: my mental health wouldn't let me do it. That's when you use it as a crutch,
a crutch, yeah,
right?
there we
That's
go.
when you use it as a crutch.
Yeah.
But when you take accountability for what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
actually, bro, I ain't eat, and I'm sleepy, and I actually went out last night and I was
Yeah.
drinking,
Damn,
right?
damn. She was with you once.
Look, was that the real thing?
Dang, bro.
Or
Yeah.
bills fell behind, or listen, bro, I just got a lot going on right now,
Yeah.
and it slipped my mind. Let me lock in real quick, and I'm gonna get this shit going.
Man,
All
for
right,
sure.
bro. Guess what? If you need anything, let me know. Or how can I help you? All right, but do your thing. I know you got it. But guess what? I'm here. That's just it's just those little small things.
And the reason I brought that up because it's kind of like that's where we're going as a society. And I know for you like, yo, that's a good thing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Because I'm
absolutely.
seeing like athletes. Let's take Ben Simmons, for example.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's like, oh my gosh, this basketball player is healthy. He was injured. Now he's healthy and he still ain't playing. And he like, well, I ain't playing because mental health issues. And everybody looking at him like, nigga, mental health.
Yeah,
issue. What
ain't
are
got
you
nothing to do with
talking
you
about?
bouncing the ball.
Yeah, man.
I'm just being honest.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. So you were saying like
But
use
if
it
you
as a
can't
crutch.
perform
Most definitely.
because
Yeah.
of your mental health,
Yeah.
See,
then
the-
everybody gonna be like, bro, why you missing all those
Yeah.
shots? What's going on?
Exactly.
Bruh.
See, you make very good points, like
yeah.
very key points. It's the reality though
Mm-hmm.
of the conversations that we do have without. Because if he did call me and tell me something about mental health, it's the first thing, man. I mean, because that's just how we. And and I hate to keep saying it, but that was installed in my head
Absolutely.
Me too.
when
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
But
little.
that's why I said it's deeper.
Yeah, you got
right?
the master key to
It's
give us the
deeper.
GPS to know it's
'cause
deeper.
it's not something that you're gonna be able to say, okay, I got the key. Boom. Let me tomorrow when he called me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna automatically be in motion because it's still stuff that I do, and I'll be like, come on, Bonna, like get it together.
Yeah,
Like, this
most
ain't-
definitely.
especially as a mental health advocate. But honestly, and I'll let y'all switch gears, but
No, you good.
mental health advocates are typically the people that go through the most mental health, right? Like struggles, or I mean, I hate to say struggles, but adversities, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like you kind of wear it as a badge of honor. It's like, yeah, I might be a little crazy, but like I pushed through that shit, and I'm aware of it, and I'm holding myself accountable to being better. So that's just my little tidbit.
But that's what I mean. I understand because before I end it, I'm gonna say this. I'd rather talk to someone that has a story like yours than me just talking to someone who don't have a story, who just went somewhere to get a certificate. You know what I'm saying?
Too.
Like
that too.
I'm
Because
not.
honestly, as a mental health advocate, I wouldn't want to be a therapist. But if you were to call me and be like, Bonna, listen, this what's going on. Can I talk to you? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think doing it that way, to me, just my perspective, because I have a therapist and I'm active in therapy. Like, I need my therapist, okay? But, like, I just personally wouldn't feel right in that position because it's a job. And I don't want it to be
You don't want it to be a job.
I don't want it to be a job.
Yeah.
I want it to be a passion.
Yeah.
So, like, if you come to me, it's going to be a passion. It's not going to be, oh, I'm finna get paid at the end of this, or whatever your insurance, or if you paying me straight, like, I'm going to get that. I don't want to be
So
consumed
a bunch
by
of
that.
them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bunch of
That's
them.
what I'm
right
saying.
there.
I don't want to be consumed by
So,
And we spoke about that before. Therapy is stigmatizing.
I think therapy is like insurance, bro. It's a scam
But
sometimes.
she broke. Hold on, we gonna get back to that. But she,
Listen, this finna go over, okay?
I love it. That's what I said.
I can't. Once I get on this, I'm
Yeah,
telling
I
you,
love you said
we're
that.
gonna be going down a rabbit
Well,
hole.
just real quick, and then we definitely gonna you can definitely address that. But the reason is, like she said earlier, that's that keep our business inside this fucking house.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Most
But
definitely.
If one of my
then they
kids
say
was
therapy.
like, hey,
Oh, you're crazy. It's like a automatic
it's just
assumption.
bad. It's just,
Yeah,
I mean, in
it's
my
just-
mind, but like he said earlier, the way I was raised, like, is nothing good comes out of therapy. Number one, you're telling everybody your personal business, right?
A person who's getting paid.
Yeah.
Who-
A
is a-
stranger.
is a
But
job.
that's-
Stranger
But
at
that's
first,
why I
right?
personally would
Yeah.
be.
No,
but it's
just
helped
because,
me though, and I
but
can
just
share
because
that.
you
you know?
said
You know?
it, just because you said it, that's how I always felt about it anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking to someone who's going to get paid. I know how I perform in my job. I know how know how you perform at your job, and you sometimes we perform at our jobs because we're getting paid.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
It's
saying?
some mental health workers that
No, most
are
definitely.
true.
Most
And
definitely
shout
it
out
is.
to the mental
Yeah,
health
shout
workers.
out to the
Shout
mental
out.
health
One
workers.
thing about my
Yes.
therapist, I'd be like, you're a saint, bro. Like and I'm not saying she's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm saying saint being funny, but it's just certain people that you know is called for it. Like
Yeah.
those nurses, they actually do care about people.
Yeah.
They just
Some of
want to
them.
get paid.
Some of
for
them.
it. That's why I said some.
Not the
they
ones
just
at
want to get
Skyline.
paid. Oh my God. I do not like Skyline. Look, I got trauma.
That's what I'm
Y'all
trying
can't
to
do
tell you.
that. How y'all doing that?
No.
Y'all really doing this on this
I
platform.
just feel like that's with any job,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just saying.
Oftentimes we don't do jobs that we love. We need a check,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
do it in that.
And
way.
that's what I look at it. But the switch gears because
Hold on, no. Do
What?
you
I
think therapy
want-
is a scam?
I want more people to go to therapy, but I think that you have to date therapy like you do these niggas and these women.
Okay.
Because
Yes,
I've
break that
gone
down.
through 3 therapists to lock into the therapist that I have now.
Okay.
And I got a little therapy trauma. Like, I'm a mental health advocate. I'm not afraid to talk about this stuff because it's real. And I know that there are people out there that may want to try therapy for the first time. And if they have an experience like mine, they might not go back.
Yeah.
Like, my therapist ghosted me, bro. How your therapist ghost you?
Dang.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, damn, am I that bad? Like, and then I start, again, it's like that psychological thought process where you like, well, damn, maybe I'm too crazy if my therapist
Oh,
ghosted
shit.
me, right? But then I started thinking, because I'm aware, maybe she got sick. Maybe she couldn't, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Life
showed
happens.
grace because I don't know what's going on in her life.
Yeah.
I didn't even check to see if she was still alive, right? So I don't know. And I followed up, nobody answered, right? But that's
Yeah.
a whole nother
Moved on,
story.
but you moved on.
And I moved on,
Yeah.
and it was at a time where I needed therapy the most, right? But guess what I didn't do? Man, fuck therapy. I'm just gonna be going through this and just figuring it out. I went and saw another therapist and unpacked everything that I was going through in that time that I needed a therapist. So I don't think therapy is a scam.
Okay.
Right? But I think you have to find the person, because they're just like your tribe. Like, you don't just go and walk in the bar and be like, hey, everybody my friends. No, you
I like what you
literally
said. I like
gravitate
that. I
towards
like
people that have the same
Exactly.
energy as
I
you.
like that.
And not to say that your therapy got to be your friend, because that's not what it is, but you can feel energy. And that's why I said discernment earlier. Like, you can feel it. Like, if you, hey, how you doing? I'm your therapist. Okay, cool. You sit down and they be like, okay, so tell me what's going on. And that's so cringy, because it's like, bro, what the fuck? I don't want to tell you, but I'm here to tell you. But like, how does this work for real? So you sit in the chair or couch or whatever, and you like, I came here because I feel like I'm anxious or I'm depressed or whatever. Like, you gotta unpack, right?
Yeah.
And to feel safe with a stranger is maybe a little bit better than talking to somebody that you know, because
Yeah, I
like
know,
how
yeah.
y'all joked around, it's like, bro, you good, you ain't going through nothing, you just
Yeah,
tripping, but it's
That's
like,
a real conversation.
That is,
I
that's a
know,
fact.
to unpack shit that you ain't talked about since you was 5 or
Yeah.
6 and you're 40, bro.
Yeah.
God,
Like
yeah.
that is a lot of work, and I don't think people understand. Like it's a vulnerability for
Okay.
one,
Yeah.
because this is somebody that you don't know, but also I need help. So whereas it may be vulnerable, but it's the key to opening up and getting help, because I'm giving you something, and you may be getting paid, but you're also gonna aid me back to self.
Yeah, most definitely.
Therapy is not a cure. It is not a you have to do the work. Because if I just said, "Oh, I went to therapy 5 sessions and I'm good. I think I'm healed. I talked about all my problems. I got it out. I'm good." No, it's so much work, man. It's so much work. So therapy is it's like a tool. It's a resource. It's not a cure. It's not medicine to say, "Oh, I talked about all my problems. I'm good. I don't need therapy no more." And you may get to a point where you don't need it. But what I'm saying is, it's not one of those things where you go to the doctor and they prescribe you a pill and you're good. Because some mental health disorders, you do have to take medicine. I don't advocate for that side of it. But what I'm saying is, I just wish that more people gave it a chance, because you're gonna date 5 different people to get you back to where you're trying to be from that first person, but you just went through 5 people to figure out that you just needed somebody to talk to. And your mom didn't show you love, so you trying to find love in 5 different women because you want to feel what that intimacy feels like from a woman. That's deeper than just saying, "Man, I've been smashing all these girls, man. I've been going out with them, having a ball, man, showing them the life, man. I got this, man, I'm that nigga," right? But no, you're probably hurt.
No, you're probably just that nigga and just having fun and
So
smashing.
hold on, let me ask you a question. Hold on, let me ask you a
Listen, 2
question.
things can be true.
Yeah, right.
So you said guys like that. I mean, I know you're not saying
I
it,
don't want to say.
but sometimes if a guy do open up and he was that type of guy, it kind of falls up under not being loved, or you know what I'm saying. I act
It
out
could be
like
trauma.
that.
It could
Or-
be trauma.
Yeah, it could be. All of this is misplaced. Either hurt, trauma, fear.
Or just
whatever.
having a good time.
It could be.
That's why I said 2 things
Right?
can
Yeah,
exist.
having a good time.
It may not be
yeah.
a man. It could be a woman, and she didn't have. And I know people say daddy issues.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but I had mommy issues. So
Okay.
whereas I wasn't trying to look for my dad in men, I was trying to look for my mom, just feeling love from anybody.
Anybody.
It wasn't
Okay.
just a man or a woman. It was like, I just want some attention and some love.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck, I'm just out here. I'm wilding. I'm not sexually or
Yeah.
intimately.
He
but I'm
wild out
just saying,
sexually.
listen.
I know you don't judge.
No, I don't judge at all. 'cause
Please don't
listen,
judge me.
I don't want nobody judging me, so
Please
I'm like,
don't.
Nah,
not
but that's just
judging.
how he wild out. He said, you know
Hey,
what, man, I'm gonna do this
200,
I've been wild.
200 ain't crazy. Ain't too crazy.
in a year.
Like a
I'm 40. 200.
Yeah,
Does it
count.
count?
Yeah, body count 200. It's not too crazy. Like you would date me, right? With a body count of 200.
In 1 year though, not don't spread it out like
201
200.
years
200
is
is crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
But listen, as a
40-year-old
I'm trying
man,
to show
right?
grace.
Yeah.
As a 40-year-old man, 200 women from when was it?
From
No,
2000.
Look, I was
15,
gonna say when
15,
you first had
16.
sex.
15
Okay,
to 16.
that's I get it, right?
Yeah.
'Cause,
You
like,
get it?
I'm a human at the end of the day. Like, scratch the camera, I'm a human.
Yeah.
I know how easily it is to
Bomb.
accumulate a body,
There
right?
you
Bomb.
go.
I'm being
Listen.
straight up.
Okay, I'm
200
finna ask
women
you right now.
over a
It's not
lifetime.
crazy.
Okay,
That's
I'm finna-
25 years.
As
Yeah.
a man,
25 years.
I can't say that it is. As a woman, I would probably be like, sis,
That's what I'm finna ask you. I'm finna ask you right now. I'm finna ask you this right now.
go to the doctor.
I'm
You
finna ask
would
you this.
tell your
Could you
home-
date?
Oh.
Could you date a guy? Right? Could you date a guy that has had 200 bodies in a year?
No, me
In a
personally.
year is crazy.
Because here's the thing.
I take that back.
In a
year.
lifespan.
Could you?
It's
and-
80 a year. That's 8 bodies a year.
That
8
is
bodies
so
ain't bad.
normal.
8
No, and I'm not saying it's not bad.
No, come on.
But that's
Leno, you ain't-
normal. Be
You ain't
real.
never
All
fucked
that
8
said
girls
with
in
two
1 year.
girls.
You a
No.
I
damn lie.
don't believe nothing that he
yeah,
said.
yeah.
Listen, this
So
is
we're
what
gonna
I'm.
have a conversation, right?
This is
8
what I'm
bodies a
saying.
year.
Eight
It's not
bodies a
crazy.
year is realistic because think about it like this.
Uh.
I'm a woman, so I can never relate, and I always have to preface this. I'm looking at this from an outside perspective.
Yeah.
So as a man, I see how it is. Like you may go to the club, you meet a chick,
Yeah.
you know, y'all vibing, you know, she feeling you feeling her. You already know y'all gonna smash, right? So then, you know, y'all have a little situation. Y'all might have a few weeks at it. Y'all going strong. Y'all kicking it. Like, man, we vibing. This is lit. I
Yeah.
fuck with this. And then guess what? you know what, actually this ain't working, or you doing this that I don't like. And
That's a
actually
fact.
we might have got caught up with the sexual and these are me. This is me as an aware
your truth,
30.
sis.
Look, this is me as an aware 31-year-old woman. I'm not saying this is what happens in real time, but I'm saying this is the stuff that nobody talks about.
Yeah, I mean, I
so like
understand,
it
yeah.
might be no, you didn't pay for my hair and nails, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut you off because you ain't tricking on
That's
me.
2
right?
girls every 90 days.
Right? And then y'all stop talking.
That ain't
so
crazy.
then you literally do that same
Nah, it's
thing by
not.
the weekend. You go and do that same thing with another woman. Y'all at it for 3 to 4 weeks. And like, it's a cycle. And I pray to God that y'all are wearing condoms. But if you're, regardless, I'm just saying, if you are or
No, I'm
not,
joking, I'm joking.
that doesn't take away
No,
from the
I'm
fact
joking.
that you
No,
have
I
sex
got
with
you.
that person.
Yeah.
So,
No, I got you.
I mean, that's real. And
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm very anal when it comes to stuff like that. Like, we got to go to the doctor. Like,
Yeah.
and if we don't go to the doctor, like, again, discernment, but we're going to at least wear a condom. And I've gotten, all right, I'm not having sex for the
Speak
next,
your truth now.
Look, I'm not having sex
Yeah.
for the next 6 months. So I have to preface that.
Why?
But because I want to take my, I want to take my
I'm going to try that.
power back from myself. Not to say that I gave it to anybody. I want to take it back for myself, not
Bonna, it's
from
gonna close
myself.
up in 6 months. Won't it close
That's
up in
fine.
6
I
months?
don't care about that. But no, it's more so like
6
a
months, no sex. I like
and
that.
that can go into a whole nother conversation about the holistic aspect. But it's just one of those things where, as a woman, for me, if I have more than 2 partners in 6 months, I feel horrible.
Okay.
Right? I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, I need to let me go do a
Yeah.
yoni steam. Like, I'm freaking out. But it's
You
a
said
real
more than 2 partners?
yeah.
Yes.
In what, 6
In
months?
6 months. For me, I'm saying that.
So
that freaks
but
me
2
out.
in 6 months ain't too crazy. That's 4
She
years.
said-
She said more than 2. She said more than 2.
2. That's what I'm saying. When I hit that second person in 6 months, I'm like, nope. All right, can't have sex with nobody else because what?
Okay.
Like it freaks me out because I'm like, for one, I just feel like that's what I was gonna say about the 200 bodies, because it's not that I would judge you because over a lifespan, like you said, that's 8 bodies. But that is a lot of energy that you have shared with people. That
I'll be honest, I don't really.
is not
I-
you.
I-
that's
no,
why
no.
I'm trying not to.
Nah,
I'm
that's you, bro.
generalizing it.
Like, what telling
No,
this girl
no,
like
no.
it ain't you, bro?
I'm
That's
not saying
everything.
that-
But
She's
listen, if
speaking
it
is you.
is, that is his business, and I don't.
Nah, he do
don't
10 a
matter.
year.
And I have this conversation a lot because I do fuck with a lot of the holistic and energy and vibrations and all of that.
Yeah.
I just do not believe that when I have sex with a girl, I give her a piece of my energy and she gives me a piece of
Why
her
you
energy.
don't, bro?
Okay,
I just don't,
let me
bro.
plug this
I
in.
don't
Let-
feel it.
let-
I've had sex
You
with
feel
many
it when you
women.
when
I
you
was just about to
when you-
say,
I-
You
oh
feel
my
it when you about to
God.
let it go, right?
Yes, but that's what does it have to do with energy? No,
Right.
this is what I'm saying, because they say, listen, every girl you
What do you
slept
think
with,
you
you've
doing?
taken a little piece of
You
her.
are.
Right? I don't feel like none of them girls I done
See,
had
he,
sex
see,
with.
he the dude when he
I don't
when he
get
get
I
do
think-
nothing,
I
he
don't get
done.
it.
That this is going to have to be a therapy session at this point,
Okay.
because we're going to have to go over the time. I need you to understand
I think
that
you
you are
do.
literally sharing DNA with somebody. Like, if and this is scientifically proven.
Okay.
And I hate to, because I am not that person, y'all. I promise. I can't even retain a lot of shit. But I watched this scientific video of somebody taking saliva out of somebody's mouth, right? They swapped saliva, so they kissed, right? And they took it and put it under a microscope and documented every time they felt something happen. And the spit did something weird, right? Under the microscope. So that means whatever you have swapped saliva with somebody, that person is going on about their day, and guess what? They might have ran into traffic and they pissed off. Guess what that's doing to your energy? You feeling it, and you don't even know why. Man, goddamn, I got irritated. Man, I'm stressed out about something, and I don't even know why. Because you just swapped
Yeah,
spit
you do
with
believe
somebody.
that. When she
Don't
call your phone, you
believe
be like,
this.
I
I
knew you
don't.
were finna call for that bullshit.
See,
I like it. I'm hearing you out, Bonna.
but I just want
don't believe
to preface that, because it's something that we overlook. We're like, oh man, we just kissed. It wasn't even nothing like that. But that's saliva that's going in your mouth.
So you
from
do
their
believe in that right there, like that is
Listen.
swapping energies, right?
mouth. Yes.
Okay.
And when you have bodily fluids going in one body and
Yeah.
out the other, and
Yeah.
vice versa, that is, I'm
Bro, you
literally
releasing energy,
cringing
bro.
right now.
When you getting a couple of you're releasing that
But do you
energy
think
right
I'm
there.
leaving some of that energy with her?
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
But also,
That's why she didn't go
let me
get a
ask you this,
rag.
though. Let me ask you this: Do you think you receive?
How
do
did
you
we
think
get
you
here?
do you think you're receiving energy from her? And
Okay.
as A and B, do you think you're taking that energy with you and it stays with you months or years later? You see what I'm saying?
So you think when you get
Right.
that rag and you wipe off that
I'm not saying. I just think it's done. Now we may have swapped DNA.
I think it's done.
I give you we swapped DNA,
Yeah.
but I'm not that girl.
So
Okay,
what do you
bam,
think
we had
happens with
sex.
DNA?
But let me say this though, real quick, Bonna. We had sex in 2022.
Yeah.
It's not finna be 2026, and I'm like, man, you know I'm still carrying around.
No, because you got 8. Because you do 8. No, you do 8
I
a
was about to
year.
say, but
Yeah.
that's because
But now I got Erica's
Shonda
energy.
and Jessica
Yeah.
was right after, so then everything just got morphed together. So you don't know who
Now you
energy.
get crazy.
Look, now you don't know who energy.
Watch that word.
But no, seriously, I hate to
you can't
I'm
say
like,
that.
I don't care.
I'ma just text.
I'm not the person that's
You know, I'm
super
fucking
sensitive
with you.
about words,
I know
but
you are.
I
I'm
hate
fucking
that that's
with you.
where we've gotten to. It sucks because
Yeah.
I'm like, we can't even have a regular conversation.
Can people say crazy
without
though?
people? To me, I don't care.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't care, but I just hate that it's such a sensitive thing. I'm like, dang, we can't say nothing.
Yeah.
You mean
Nah,
to tell me
you
you gotta
can't.
bleep out, sir? Whatever. But think about it like this: you're literally inserting your genital inside of a woman's place where she has
A
period.
garage.
She has babies,
Oh.
and we carry our creation in our womb.
Yes, most definitely.
So, and I hate to get this.
Now
is-
get it, get
I
deep.
was about
get
to
graphic,
say this is
get
where
graphic.
the gypsy probably
Don't
gonna
get graphic,
Yo,
but
no, not graphic, but I feel like this is where the gypsy side of me is gonna come out. But
that free spirit.
listen,
Let me hear it.
if I have been in a high vibrational space, which basically just means I just been on a high cloud, positive. You know, I've been eating right, I've been meditating, I've been working out, like all of the things. Right, I'm just like on a
Everything
a little
clicking.
high.
Yeah.
And I'm manifesting some deep stuff. Like I'm like, you know, most high I need to be aligned with abundance. I'm trying to and I'm not gonna go too deep because I don't need nobody knowing my work.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I'm really tapping in and I'm like, I'm going to the next level, which basically just means I'm about to evolve. I'm about to become a better person. I'm about to start attracting more money. I'm about to start really leveling up, right? And I'm like, I'm about to swap energy with this man. And during our intercourse, I can absolutely evolve him during intercourse.
Oh, shit.
You a witch.
Yeah,
I
you
don't,
deep.
I was about to say, I'm not about to be doing that with just anybody because you're going to automatically feel that.
You
because
know you do
say,
that?
Yeah, you know you.
Oh,
I ain't
man.
carrying around no women with me. But I mean, I do it for good, right? I don't
Yeah.
know what other women do because they're not tapped in. So they may be carrying around some stuff from
Yeah.
2010.
So when you
and they
do
just-
it,
Talk to ladies. Look at that camera. Talk
Yeah.
to the ladies who think like you. I'm
I'm
a
just
single man. I'm
saying.
trying to get some of that good energy.
And
Thrown
but
at
I
me.
think again we go back to the word discernment, right? You
Yeah.
just have to know when to share that energy,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it is sacred, and sex is sacred. Period. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
most
doing like a 6 months detox because I know all that sacred energy. I'm about to just put it in my bag, and I'm about
that's
to.
perfect.
So that exchange of energy is more
Mm-hmm.
so like if I know for a fact that I've been really working right, and
Mm-hmm.
I let this person who, and this is no judgment, I promise y'all. You've been in a club 6 days out of a week. You've been drinking alcohol because you've been, not to say you got to go to the alcohol.
never me.
You know, you may have tobacco, whether it's cigarettes, black and whites, whatever. Again, this is no judge because I used to do all of these things and still
judging me.
Yeah.
some of these things.
When people say
but
no
I just
judgment,
need you
you
to
judging.
understand because I've lived this
Yeah.
and I still partake. Like I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I'm some saint.
So six
it's-
every day in the club.
Every day in the club,
Cigarettes,
drinking alcohol,
drinking
you
alcohol.
eating.
The
Cheeseburgers.
You
and
going
hot
to,
Cheetos.
and again, this is my life, y'all. So I know you going to the Piggly Wiggly, okay? And you getting Pick Fives, right?
We ain't
Let's
gonna
still
never
got
get a
people-
sponsor, guys. Go ahead, both of y'all kill all the sponsors. God damn.
I'm just being real, and this is no shade to the place. It is what you go get when you go to that place. You just gonna go get the scraps, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So you gonna go get some pork rinds.
Dang.
You gonna get some bacon. I mean, what's the other stuff? I don't eat all of that
This
stuff. but-
hog maw.
We don't eat that stuff
Oxtails,
either.
steak. I'm just saying, period, because it's not all bad, but the quality is what I'm bringing.
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
the quality of what you're getting, and you just like, man, I'm finna eat three steaks and some,
Yeah, no vegetables.
no vegetables.
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
even finna drink
yeah,
water. I'm
yeah.
finna throw
Yeah.
back this Douce, and I might chase it with some Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
right? Which is crazy because
Pepsi.
again, no judgment, but it's crazy to me because
Yes.
you think that you're, man, I'm good. You know, I'm walking around. Listen, I'm that nigga,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you finna go intertwine.
I like your man voice.
with a-
Like that's your man voice. Like you think that's how we talk? I like that though. I'm that nigga.
I'm that nigga.
Yeah.
I've heard it. Trust me.
But I know. But I like the voice.
My
of it.
interpretation.
Yeah, I
is
love
horrible,
it. I love
guys,
it.
horrible.
No, it's not.
Don't give me
I
no
agree with
paid
you, Bonna.
sponsors.
I agree
'cause
with you,
But
Bonna.
no, I'm
It's
just saying
horrible.
because all women are not made the same and all men are not. And I'm not. This is no shade. This is no nothing. Because I feel like with saying that, you say you don't swap energies, right?
Yeah.
But even let's take it a step further. Let's say I was eating all the bad shit. And I was smoking and I was drinking and all of this. And you,
sound
I
like
got
his
this
girls.
good job. You know, I'm working. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm good, but I live my life. I do my thing. I got 3 businesses. I'm really
Yeah,
in my bag.
yeah.
And I just met this bad. I mean, she's beautiful. She's
So you
gorgeous.
think her energy could rub off on me?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
And send me down to a lower vibration.
Absolutely. Because the moment you go in her and you think, man, she bad. Man, listen, let me just go ahead. Why not? She gonna let me.
Oh, see,
she
that's my
gonna, and then
thing.
I promise y'all, I really want men to be stingier. More stingy.
It's hard to do
But
that.
I'm just
now.
saying, but listen.
It's hard.
Because just like how we just switched the roles and you go in and you just thinking, man, at the end of the day, man, I'm just gonna smash. It's cool.
Smashing the
But
dash.
then you smash her and her pH is low.
Mm-hmm.
So then guess what you accumulate? All of that bad bacteria. And then you may not go get tested. You may not do anything. And then you may meet somebody else who don't have all of that. And then you give it
and
to
you
her.
throw her pH off.
So
and
a
then
woman
you-
can't throw a man's pH off too.
No,
then.
do men have pH?
No.
We don't have a pH.
We got something
it's,
though.
It's listen, don't call me.
Testosterone.
No. That is not the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
What I'm saying is, it's not y'all's pH because men don't have pH, right? I don't think that, and I'm not fact
We too
checking.
masculine
I don't
for
know.
pH.
That's not. It's not that. But if you literally insert, and it's a video that literally explains it so well. If you insert yourself into someone, right, and you pull out, you might take a shower, but we know how bacteria work. And then you go into someone else, that woman is gonna get it because you're gonna throw her pH balance off.
Oh,
It has nothing
okay.
to do with your pH.
Okay.
Men don't. Again, I know
So
it's
that's why I hear
know
women
it's a
say
technical
that.
term, but it's not. But you literally don't care enough about the person that you about to lay with. And if you think, oh man, she was beautiful, she good, but she was also eating hot wings and hot fries at 3 a.m. and chasing it with Duce, and then she ain't had a veggie in 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
My type of woman. Let me ask you
That
this,
man
Bonna. Let me ask
crazy.
you this, Bonna. So you said you're doing a detox, 6 months of sex, right? Are you dating?
other things.
Are you dating anybody?
I'm consciously dating, so that just looks like I'm learning the person. So let's go back. I broke up with my son's dad last year, right? And I went 9 months without dating anybody. So that means I didn't have sex with anybody.
Shout out to
'cause
him.
I didn't have anybody to
Yeah.
have sex with. So I went 9 months, and it felt amazing. That's when I was in therapy, healing, and all of that. But now, fast forward, because I want to attract my husband, and I want to also take care of myself and all of the things that we just talked about.
Yes.
It's that discernment of, I'm not just gonna allow myself to be in the situation where my pH is getting thrown off, because you just can't trust nobody at the
Yeah.
end of the day. But no, so I'm dating. I'm still dating, but that just looks like no sex.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to date me or continue getting to know me because we're not having sex, then you're not the person.
Is that what you tell them? Like as soon as y'all about to start dating?
Well, this just happened 2 months ago. And at the time when I made the decision, I was dating someone. And another thing, I feel like after you share space with someone, it's like, it's not an obligation, but they feel like, well, we've already had sex. So
That's my mind frame. Like, why stop now?
Yeah.
why stop now, right?
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the continuation. It's, I need to fill me up, right? I need to work on some things. I don't want to be interacting with that energy because I don't know what that person is doing,
Yeah.
regardless of how, whatever, because we're dating.
Yeah, most definitely.
I don't
Yeah.
have to have sex with everybody that I date. I'm getting,
See, I like
Yeah,
your
I'm
yeah,
just
I'm
getting to
getting to
know
know
you.
you. I
like what you-
and
I
that
like
sucks
what you
because
say.
it's like,
Yeah.
dang, we gotta have sex because I'm dating you.
I think
Yeah,
dating
nah.
is associated with sex, though.
Now,
Not really, but
absolutely.
it shouldn't be.
No, it
It
shouldn't
shouldn't
be.
be.
But like me,
It might be
I
the goal.
never dated. Well, yeah, I never dated.
Eventually, I won't say.
I never dated
but
without
no,
sex.
these days we don't date. I talk to this girl. You know, I've been talking to her for 2 weeks, and you know, we vibing. We Netflix and chill, so we had sex.
Off the
That's
top,
fine.
my mind
I
frame is dating is sex. We gonna have sex.
I think like
Probably not the first,
I said
second.
I get it.
Remember we had this conversation before, right?
Yeah.
I said I'll do 4 dates. I said like after
said that too.
after that 4th date, I was like, okay, all right, now what's popping?
But
But
I think it's
I'm
That's
patient.
too
I'm
long.
of course I'm not gonna be the guy on the first date like, hey girl, you
What's up?
you ready? Come on back to the crib. Yeah, I ain't know. Yeah,
But
That's
I think
me.
it's I think it's an intentionality that you have to have, and I think it's also a discernment. Again, it's like if we're dating and like you said, the 4 dates or whatever. But if I tell you on date 1,
yeah.
listen, I'm not having sex.
Oh,
For
well, I
6
ain't gonna.
months.
Well,
If you
But,
tell
okay,
me
so
6
here's my
months,
thing.
you don't tell the man
I'm
6
saying
months.
6 months to y'all because I just exposed
I'm
myself
going
to y'all,
ghost.
being
But you don't
vulnerable.
tell the guy
No,
you dating.
I'm being vulnerable in this space because I
most
don't
definitely,
care
most
about being open.
Yeah.
I just made this decision, right? So this is not something that I've been living with for a long time, dating and not sex, because I just didn't date, so it was easy for me to
Yeah,
not
it's
have
easy
sex.
if I don't. Yeah.
So my thought process is now I don't want to casually have sex with people. So
you
how
go.
we were just saying,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
not dating
Yeah.
doesn't mean that we're having sex,
Yeah.
right? So I just don't want to casually. Oh,
Makes
I
sense.
met you on Monday. You know, we
Yeah.
vibing.
Let's
Might
go
have
do
sex
something.
with you. 2 months later, I meet somebody else. And we
Yeah.
vibing. No. If you're not intentional about sharing space with me, I don't actually want to have sex with you. Because
Nah,
you
I
might
love
have
it.
sex with 8 different people.
Yeah, I got you.
I love
I
it.
want to
Look,
ask you
I love
this.
8 different people. A
Yeah,
month.
that's 10. I got
a year.
look.
Oh,
Look,
look.
God
So I
damn,
want to
it's a
ask you
year.
this. So I want to ask you this: when you know come up with all that for yourself and things like that, when you do date, right? And I heard you. I'm just going back. I heard you say test, like you like to get tested.
absolutely.
That person got to get tested. So when you do date, the person that you're dating, is he got to get tested?
Yeah.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
right? That is
I mean,
that is
'cause
a
it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know what the person is doing, and I can't assume because you tell me that you're clean, that
Yeah.
you're good, right?
Yeah.
So I just have to safeguard myself because some of these things you don't have to have sex to
Yeah.
get,
oh
right? So, I mean, you have to be intercourse, but
Yeah.
not penetration.
that's
right?
crazy. We got on this.
I know. I'm like, I don't even know
I
how we
love
got
it. Hey,
here.
real quick though, before we get out of here,
No, I like it. You got
Before,
very smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I do want to touch on this real quick. So I got holistic. Oh shit, I can't even
Wellness.
find my
Yeah,
thing.
holistic
Holistic wellness, right?
We tapped into it a little bit.
I got high blood pressure.
Okay.
Talk to me, sis. What
Talk
can I
to
do?
me.
I mean, of
Talk
course
to
I
the
know.
world.
Of course I know. I got
Disclaimer, I am not.
I know you're not. But what would you? I mean, what
I'm
would you
not.
do if you were? What
I'm
was
gonna
the
be
first thing you would
100%
go
real
to?
with you, man. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. When it comes to holistic wellness, I have you know how like when we're looking for the word that we need to say, we go to the dictionary.
Uh-huh.
I have a person in my life who is that for me.
Okay.
And so if I'm going through anything, she's my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Heather. She's my baby. I love her. I literally just call her, sis, this is what's going on with me. And I call her sis. I know y'all just heard me say to my cousin. But
Yeah.
she's like my best friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is something that I'm going through. And like, honestly, it's the research that I should do, right? But this is her lane. This is what she's a healer, you know?
Yeah.
So she know all the herbs. She could oh, girl, you just need to do this. Or you just need to take X, Y, and Z out of your diet. Most of it,
It's diet.
all of it
Yeah.
is diet.
Yeah.
So you say high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm hitting the
Take
follow-
off
yeah,
the
no.
pork.
Yeah,
Take off the fried
okay,
foods.
I don't eat pork, so I know
fried foods.
cut back on sodium. I know
Yeah,
that's
sodium,
that's,
yeah.
that's out of the you know what I mean, out of the question. I know I
But
need
I
my
hate when
fruits
people
and
say
my veg
take away, like just like you just said,
in
eat.
moderation.
Yeah, because you don't gotta. That's why people don't do stuff because you say I gotta take away, right, and then
Yeah,
they feel
yeah.
deprived. But just incorporate more healthy things.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
all it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Because like you said in moderation, yeah, like I don't eat pork, beef, or and just here recently, me and Turkey kind of just been going at it. But it's like I still eat meat. I'm not a
Yeah,
vegetarian.
chicken,
I'm not
chicken and
vegan.
turkey, right?
No, chicken and seafood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Tilapia,
turkey,
fish.
You don't-
well, I
you
do
don't-
salmon only, honestly, to be
Salmon,
real.
okay.
Okay, so
But-
but you don't do ground turkey.
Ground turkey makes my head hurt. I do
Okay.
turkey bacon.
Yeah, I
Okay,
fuck with
turkey.
that. I fuck
It
with
doesn't
that.
make my head hurt, but ground turkey makes my head hurt. Pork, can't fuck with it.
Yeah, I don't fuck
Definitely
with
head
pork
hurt,
either.
stomach hurt. Like anytime I've eaten any of those things, my stomach be like, yeah, you tripping. But yeah, I just think that people need to stop saying take away, take away, take away. Just incorporate and then slowly walk away from that other stuff.
Yeah, most
But
definitely.
yeah,
It's an easier transition. It's
literally
easier
in
when
the
you.
food. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise everything is connected to food, and there is a herb for anything. And we can bleep this out. This can just be between us, but there is a herb for everything.
Hell yeah.
There's a herb.
Hell yeah. Dr. Sabi was telling us for years, man.
Man, listen.
See, this is what
There's a
this is
herb.
what we love right here. We created a platform for all walks of life that can come and sit right
Yeah,
here.
man, I
and
just told all my business. I don't
Now
even
you
care.
well,
Nah,
you
you
know
good.
what the good thing about it, we locked in, and some of your people that you look up to and you like and you love and stuff like that. There's like the Sweet Poison,
Yeah, for sure. Shout out
people
to
like
you.
that
Shout out.
is family here. So
Absolutely.
we are honored to have you here, just
Yeah,
to
this
even
was dope.
speak on those type of topics and situations and stuff like that. I want to ask you before you go, because we see it's 20, 30 more bags that you wear. So how do you make that transition to being a mental health advocate, a photographer? We seeing now talk to us about wearing those many different bags.
I think I might have a little ADHD. Listen, I'm all about just claiming it. But yeah, it just looks like just doing everything, right? Because you know how
Because you're a mother.
yeah,
So you got to be
I
a
have
mother.
to.
You got to try to run these
Because
businesses.
me and my boy be chilling, and he might just be sitting here drinking his milk or playing with his toys, and I'll have my laptop and I'm creating a flyer, or
Yes.
I'm setting up a mental health panel, or like
Okay.
real life, I'm just doing it and he's just sitting there chilling. But it's something that I take pride in, because like with the postpartum depression, it's so hard to filter through. So like you said, I wear all these hats, right? Most times everything just looks dark, and you just like, well, shit, however I'm feeling today, this is what hat I'm putting on today.
Yeah.
Because I can't
Yeah.
do that with motherhood. It's like,
Motherhood
Yeah.
don't
I
stop.
can't take that hat off, right? But all the other different hats, I can take them off and put them back on as I choose.
Okay.
Photography is a passion for me, so it's not even a job. It's just I love the camera, and I want it to be professional so that I can do what I love and not have to clock in, right?
Yeah.
And then the mental health advocate, that's my life.
Most definitely. 'Cause
You
we
know
got
what
in
I
that
mean?
bag today.
It's my life,
Yeah.
so it's not something that I'm not gonna say I don't have to juggle with it, because I do, but I'm a mental health advocate because I care about my mental health. So I'm
Nice.
always thinking about my mental health, right?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to being a creative, that's kind of one of those things where a creative can be so many different things.
Oh, most definitely.
And
When
we
I
know-
read it,
I
I
know-
thought
I
so
know-
many
I know.
different
You
things.
already
I was about to say, I
you
know
know.
timing, but literally, you can the category for a creative for me is limitless. That's why I said I think I got ADHD, because I literally can be at the house making a flyer. I can be writing a song. So I'm also a songwriter. I just
Okay.
don't publicly discuss that, because I be in my head.
What you write? Trap rap. You look like a trap writer.
After this conversation,
Yeah.
I look like a trap rapper.
I don't know. Maybe.
Look, I'm about to say,
No, I'm fucking with you. What type of music do you write?
So, here lately it's been a lot of R&B,
Okay.
but healing, conscious rap.
Mm.
So I like to mix and mingle. I like to write songs that I want to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So I just if I'm feeling like a song that's like R&B, I'll write that. I like a lot of sensual songs. So most of my songs probably gonna be like some little fairy dust, just FYI.
Well, let us hear something.
No.
Okay. I tried.
I mean, maybe y'all,
I
but
tried. I
not on the
tried.
platform. Look, love y'all, but not like that. But
He
no,
try. He always
so
do that.
it's okay, because guess what? I know my limits. But just referencing that as I could be creating a flyer, but I could be listening to a beat and wait, let me stop this flyer because I just felt something.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Or if I'm thinking about man, I need to create this flyer for a mental health panel. Actually, I need to design the whole. I need to curate the entire event, right?
Yeah.
So then again, this is just showing the different
Yeah.
sides of the
Yeah.
creative.
You may
It's
have
like,
ADHD. but
I
go
absolutely
ahead.
do, because I'll start a note in my phone and it'd be like mental health panel, ... And then I'll be like, oh, let me listen to this song.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Right.
oh, my baby calling me. Okay, hold on,
Yeah, I
baby.
do that. I do that.
Oh,
too,
but
too.
actually, somebody want to book a photo shoot. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
actually, let me it's so many.
But you
different
get
things.
these jobs done, though,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So,
I don't. But see, I'm not the person that picks up something and put it down and never
Yeah.
go back to it. My notes in my phone, I'm actively in my notes.
so that's
every day.
basically
Gotcha.
what we saying right there, everybody. We saying a lot of mothers, just because you having a child and you can still live your dreams, right?
Absolutely.
You can still go
Absolutely.
hard in what you believe in. It's not it's not just because you have a child, it doesn't mean that your life is over.
Absolutely. And let me be clear, I am not a single mother. My son's
Most
dad
definitely.
is very active. So
Oh,
I'm very
that's
fortunate.
good.
And I'm not, this is not a down for anybody because I know everybody's situation is not the same, but I'm very fortunate. Like,
There you go.
the support that I have with him and other people in my life, I would never say I'm struggling to be
Shout
a
out to
mom.
him.
And that's
Yeah,
what
for
we
sure.
love
Shout
right
out to
there.
him.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Real quick, tell the people how they can get in touch with you,
Absolutely.
book a photo shoot, all that good
Yes.
stuff.
So I have a social media page for my photography. It's Brio Visions. So that's BREO and then Visions, right?
Okay.
Spelled normally. And
Okay.
then you can just DM me as of right now. Like I have a website for Purpose Lit. And so Purpose Lit is the mental health brand, right? So it's purposelit.com. There's a contact form on the website. You can absolutely go in there and inquire about photography services. And then the website, purposelit.com, is for the mental health brand that I have. You can buy merch on there. I have some logo tees on there right now. I'm working on some merch.
Okay.
And then on Instagram, it's at purpose.lit. And then my personal page is at Love Bonna Bay.
Most definitely. Honor, like I said, it's an honor to even
Honor to
have
be
someone
here.
come
This was dope.
to spread their wisdom, their knowledge about the mental health advocate, just about a lot of details and a lot of things that we go through. So don't be scared to talk. Don't be scared to open up. Find the right people that you'll have your good energy and your connection with. This your boy Lano Excel. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say. 2 things, man. Get money, stay true, get money.
And yes, man, if nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the first one to tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you, man.
I love that. Before
Peace.
y'all wrap, I do want to thank y'all for having me, for
Yes,
one,
yes.
and creating a safe place
Most
for people
definitely.
to talk about things like this because it is very vulnerable. And again, I'm an open book, but to feel safe in my truth and
Yes.
to be able to tell my story, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Nah, it's
because
all
we
good.
don't judge.
All
This
good.
is a no judge zone. Everything that you got to open up to, we listen, we learn also. So this is a
But
no
even
judge
if y'all
zone.
did, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, well we did.
But no, I appreciate
That's
y'all.
our
Thanks for
job.
the
We
green
do,
light.
yeah.
Thanks, I'm finna go tell everybody your business. No, I'm joking.
Well, they gonna watch it.
I'm joking. But no, thank you for real, Bonna, man. We out, y'all.